All right. So good evening, everyone. Uh, Welcome all of you for day 6. Right. So we are in day 6. All right. We had a weekend, right? So continuing from, we were actually discussing about the AI reasoning, right? So if you remember, so we will continue from that concept of AI reasoning. Okay. And in we were actually perfectly, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yes, a lot of messages. All right. So we were actually talking about the concepts of AI agents, right, as a part of agentic AI, and we were talking about the reasoning logic, right? So a lot of things, right? As a part of that, let us you know continue. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So many good evenings. Good evenings. Good evenings. Good evenings. Um. I have a question. All are good evenings only, but one question. One question I have, which is, what is the difference between Meta AI and ChatGPT? Uh, okay. I don't know why you have asked this question, but okay, fine. Meta AI is AI tool of Meta company, right? So Meta is basically part of they have Instagram, Facebook, all these things are the part of Meta, and even WhatsApp, I guess. Yeah. So they have purchased it. So ChatGPT is OpenAI. So both are different companies. uh, so what exactly, I don't know what you're looking for me to answer, but they are both different companies. They have their own ways. So a lot of companies are there in the market, uh, which are coming up with, and even one person actually was asking about, the AI, company which was actually launched by, this fellow, Elon Musk, right? So that one, he has partnership with OpenAI as well, because he was one of the founders. So apart from that, he also started one more company. Elon Musk, no, a pure businessman. And there is one more very good AI tool, company, which is the Perplexity AI as well. There are many tools which are coming up, which is, the competition is actually heating up. ChatGPT and DALI, actually, DALI was a separate company before, but sorry, just give me a minute. All right. So DALI was actually a separate company, even now also, but it was actually partnership with ChatGPT. So uh, many of the applications of DALI are into ChatGPT actually. So it is like, we can say, a partnership. We can say, okay. So that is one thing. So good evening. Okay. Fine. Let me start for the day. Can you just keep the questions? I'll answer them. Okay. I'll answer the questions, but let me start first of all. Okay. All right. Yes. All right. I think you can see my screen. Yep. Today we are in day 6, right? So let us continue. We were actually talking about the reasoning part, correct? That is in where we actually have stopped, right? So we were actually about to discuss this particular aspect, and we had to stop the session due to time constraint. So we were actually discussing this. And there are a few things in reasoning, why we were actually discussing about the AI reasoning part, and how reasoning is actually playing a very important role. Inside artificial intelligence, we have actually understood, and how the AI systems actually use this particular reasoning concept, like logical reasoning, you can say in a very simple terms, and especially this agentic AI and AI, AI agents, how they are using also, we have actually understood. All right. Now, going forward into the three different, or you can say important kinds of reasoning, is the deductive reasoning, inductive, and the abductive. All right. So these are the three very important kinds of reasonings. And the first one is the deductive, right? So deductive, the name itself tells you it is about the. So the name itself tells you that deductive is about deducing something, right? So deducing something in the sense, what exactly is deducing? Deducing is basically about uh, you know coming to a particular conclusion, right? Coming to a particular conclusion on some rules and regulations. For example, you have a particular theory. So I think many of you would have actually, known about the, word about hypothesis, right? So what is exactly hypothesis? So in a very simple way to understand what is hypothesis, hypothesis is nothing but a statement about the population, right? So it's a pure statistical term. And what exactly is hypothesis? Is we are actually claiming something about the population. So what we are claiming, right? So we observe something. For example, we come across a few things, right? And to test that, right? Because those who have studied bit of statistics would have felt the uh, the approach, I would say, the approach, or the need of hypothesis, or the use of hypothesis. So to test something basically, because all the reasoning parts, or all the aspects, basically especially deductive reasoning, it's the other way around for inductive and abductive. I'll come to that. But when we're talking about the deductive part, we actually say that this is what my claim is, right? So this is what my claim is. So based on that particular claim, okay, that particular theory, right, it has to build a hypothesis, like the null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. Why I'm telling you this particular statistical aspect, right? There is some reason, right? So I think you can understand what is the reason behind all these things I'm actually teaching. So when I say this deductive reasoning, inductive and abductive, this is how an AI agent thinks, right? Because the deductive starts with theory, then it goes with the hypothesis. But the inductive has the observation first, then it goes to the pattern, then the hypothesis, then the theory. Then the abductive goes from observation to assumption, then the hypothesis to the best case. So it's a different kind of approach, right? And uh, and the way we actually implement differs, right? For each individual kind of reasoning. So keeping this in mind, right? Now, what the AI agents actually do is, right? What the AI agents actually do is, they, in every situation, they will try to analyze which kind of reasoning will suit that particular, or say, scenario or a situation. So keeping that scenario, situation, everything in mind, right? They will, they will decide on what kind of hypothesis has to be, or what kind of reasoning, logical reasoning has to be implemented. Because if you see carefully, all the AI agents are born for one thing. They are built for one thing, which is decision making and goal-based, goal-based scenarios. Now you link that approach of goal-based and decision making to the logical reasoning part. You'll understand what exactly, how I'm connecting both the dots. Okay, so to take a decision, they need to analyze the logical reasoning. They need to analyze each and every aspect to decide which one is the best. So, for every situation, scenarios will be different, or it is, kind of different for each and every situation, right? So for everything, it will not be the same, correct? So keeping this in mind, that, for every situation, scenarios will be different. So that is how your AI agents, that is in where your artificial intelligence takes its, it will fly its, wings, right? Because that is why we are using AI systems. Why? Because it has that access to multiple things, right? Knowledge it has access to. Now, if you think, in a simple way, right? For a human being, they don't have access to everything. You know, they don't have access to everything. Correct? So they don't. They have limited access to information, right? Now you imagine a human being to an AI agent. Now, here what the agent is doing, basically, AI agent is basically having the access to the entire data, right? That is what we are training the data upon. Training the entire data means don't think everything in the world. That is not possible. But at most the best, right? So we are, filling in with, multiple, books. We are filling it with a lot of information. We are training it with a lot of information. So keeping all these things in mind, it has the access to, certain scenarios, certain, information. Now you think, right, it is going to do some analysis, it is going to link it with the logical reasoning, right? Because it is able to decide, because it is having access to multiple, knowledge centers or multiple areas of knowledge, right? So it is having multiple areas of knowledge. Now you think that, right? Now this is in where, right? Compared to a human being, AI agent is doing a wonderful job. It has the, access to the data. It knows how to analyze. It knows how to process, right? It knows how to apply which kind of logical reasoning. Now, don't you think one particular goal, what we have given, is it achievable or not? It is achievable, right? The goal is achievable with a good decision making. This is how logical reasoning plays a very important role, right, in the life. I would say in a very simple language. This is how the logical reasoning actually is playing a very important role in the life of an AI agent. So it is playing a very, very crucial role. I try to, tell you in the best possible way. I don't know how many of you are able to catch it very, because there is an understanding layer about that particular, AI agent. Why we need to understand what is happening inside, what is actually trying, it is trying to do, correct? And by this all the approach, right? And what it is actually achieving, right? What it is actually achieving, and how it is able to link each and every part, how it is able to access the data, how it is able to move forward. So it is a complete linkage, right, to the AI agents, which is available, right, to get the best decision ever possible, along with the, to reach a certain level of goal, or you have given a certain, goal, or but certain thing to do for the AI agent. So in this way, it is able to achieve. That is in where we are relying on artificial intelligence, because it is capable of doing all these things pretty much faster, efficiently, right? That is what a human being is actually trying to build, right? So a machine which can act upon and take a decision. For that, your solution for that is basically the AI agent. Okay, or we can say, all the simple language, it is agentic AI. Agentic AI is nothing, I told you, it's a bigger picture. The bigger picture is the agentic AI, right? In that you have individual, you know, things or agents, right? Individual, things, in each, right? So individual things in each and every, like a platform, like you can say like a platform, or a, a structure, a simple structure we can say. So in a simple structure, we can see agents inside a simple structure. So those, agents which are entirely controlled by the, a bigger agent who is the agentic AI, and these AI agents are like a children, right? So you can think of like agentic AI is a mother, and AI agents are the kids or the children. So AI agents are actually communicating with other agents, right? And taking a, doing all these processes. Because what happens in reality is, what happens in reality is, not every agent will be capable of, doing all the things. That is highly difficult. That is highly difficult. Okay, that is highly difficult. That is in where a cluster of AI agents will act upon. So that is why communication between the agents is very important for achieving the success. Okay, for to achieve the success of what, these AI agents are, kind of right now, right? So they have come a long way, right? And that is what actually the, while explaining reasoning in a broader picture, I just wanted to tell about this entire structure, because that is what this, AI agents are doing, right? So they are everything, right? They are built, they are built to do everything. Okay, agent is not just one person; it's about multiple, multiple people working together. We in, in organizations we say, no, we have to work as a team, right? So in the corporate we say like that, correct? So it's not just corporate, in any place, right? So always we should work as a team, correct? uh, that is exactly, I can say, to describe about the AI agents. Okay, so that is one word I can describe, I can say one sentence, sorry. It is like a teamwork, you know so which actually happens. Okay, so they communicate with each other, they distribute the work, they act upon. If one is down, the other will take over the work. They share among themselves. This is exactly what happens, with people in an organization, like, or in a workplace, right? So together you share the work, you do the work, then you communicate with each other. That is exactly an AI agent, in a very simple term to understand. So this particular part, I just wanted to tell in detail, when I was actually telling about the reasoning part. So now I think you would have, I explained it very detail actually. I feel I took a lot of time to, explain the entire, the structure of the agentic AI, or the AI agents, and how these are actually related to, this is how it is actually related to the, I would say, to the AI, how it is related to the AI reasoning part, right? Or you can say logical reasoning part. So this is the link up. This is the entire structure. So going to the next part, yeah, I have actually, taken a lot of time to just, tell you the how this particular reasoning is actually linked to the AI agents. Okay, I hope you have understood. I'll be happy, if you are able to understand it in a very detail. So that's great. So I have a question, Magesh. Yeah, sorry to tell your name. Any drawbacks of ChatGPT? I am not pretty sure because I use it well. It works pretty nicely only. I don't have any issues with the ChatGPT part. Whenever I used it was fine. I'm not sure. I have to maybe think on your question and even maybe search for that. But Grok is what even I wanted to research, but even I have not spent time upon actually. To be fair, so to tell you openly, even I have not spent. So I cannot say that without using. I cannot tell that I have used it. So I have not used it. So maybe I'll just have a look. Maybe in tomorrow's session. Yeah. We can just we can just maybe just see that what is happening with Grok also. Yeah, it should give knowledge for both of us, right? So I can also teach you, and I can also learn. So yeah, I'll just check on that Grok surely. Okay, because definitely it would have some difference or something if you are again starting a new company on that same uh, concept, to be precise. So we'll see. I'll just check. Yeah, Grok I heard, but I've not used. So I'll see. A lot of actually, last session or yes, Magesh. Yeah, definitely I'll click up and on. So one I think day four I think one person was also asking about this Grok also. Sir, why Elon Musk has launched Grok? Okay. Then I was telling just jokingly that you should ask Elon Musk why he has launched. Okay, so there should be a reason. I told you also he's everybody knows it's not just me. Like he's a businessman, so his mind might be to build more AI tools. To be a a rich businessman. So that could be the reason, or there is something different. So we need to time will tell. How much ever we do research, we might not know that much, but time will tell. Let's see that. Okay, so let us not talk about which is it's not irrelevant, but right now, no need. Okay, I'll just check on Grok. Yeah, sure. So next thing is the AI, reasoning process. Okay, so there are 5 important aspects when it comes to the AI reasoning process. So the first thing is the data acquisition. So this actually gathers the information. So you are pretty much aware that I was actually explaining you about the entire logical reasoning part, that how data that actually how data is going to in a simple way, that how data is being accessed by the AI agent, how it is taking a decision, how it is using the logical reasoning part, right? So everything in a very simple, I would say in a I don't know, maybe very simple I told, or it became a bit of complicated for you guys, but I try to simplify it. Okay, so that is how it is going to actually process, right? And to do all those things, it is going to collect it is going to collect data from multiple places. So it might be that we are feeding the data, or we are giving the data. First of all, these agents or these generative models we have already spoken about, right? So that it collects the data from people store give the data information from the books, right? And which is published, all these things from and also from this we can say GitHub also. We have talked about GitHub. So it is not just one place. I would say it is like from multiple sources. So even this from the databases, or whether it is from sensors, it is actually from a I would say in a very simple language, it is from multiple places. So if I'm not wrong, correct? So it is like uh, you know uh, uh, you know some millions ways, I would say, not maybe not millions, some hundreds of ways. The data acquisition, or the data to bring in will be actually done. Next is the feature extraction. So AI basically identifies the relevant attributes that influence the decision making, right? So feature selection, I think I have told you about the feature selections. Feature selection is nothing but filtering out the important features which are helpful to make a proper decision, which are exactly in a very simple way. I'll tell you which are the attributes which are influencing the target variable. So here here the definition says it is decision making, but in a very simple way for you guys to understand, we can say that which features, right, or which variables, or you can say which columns in the data are contributing directly to the target variable. Okay, because that is what our decision making will be, because based on the target variable. So which features are contributing directly is what we are going to focus upon. That decision of feature making, how features are important, features are extracted, which features are extracted, where which how they are extracted first of all, and from where they are extracted, which methods it is using, that AI will take care. That is what part of AI reasoning. So if you see the bigger picture, that decision also, see people think decision making means taking the right decision as an outcome. You think it's a decision making. That is not 100% correct. That is not 100% correct. Decision making means even when you are doing the feature engineering or feature extraction, even then which algorithm is suiting, which method to use, which area to focus upon, which models are best suited, even this is also decision making. Even this is also decision making. So that also will be done by the AI agents. Okay, so that is why it is a bigger picture. See, whatever you are seeing here, all whatever you have seen here, right? So it looks small, just to see as a theoretical aspect, it looks small, but the picture is much higher, right? So the picture is bit bigger, that how even from the small percentage to the big percentage, how it is doing things. That is why we are calling them as AI agents. So they are right from the starting process to the ending process, how it is going step by step in each feature, and how it is actually building upon things. So it is a very complex structure, where that is why you say, if you think carefully, if you think a corporate company, I'll tell you a very small example. You'll understand in a better way, because if I take it to what humans do, right, it will be very easy for you actually to understand. Okay, because what exactly humans are going to do, the same thing only AI agents do. Okay, don't think it is completely different. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same what human beings do. But the thing here is, right, now, I was telling you an example. See, for example, let us take a corporate company. Let us take a software company, right? So you will be having, for example, a team of 20 members. Let us say you have a team of 20 members. Okay. Now you can link this with how an agentic AI works. Let us say an agentic AI system has 20 AI agents. Okay, you compare now. See, a team has 20 members, human beings. Okay, and the here when it compares to AI, we have an agentic AI, a bigger system. It is having 20, let us say it is having some 20 AI agents. Sir, what is the link? Yes, I'll come to that. Now, when I say 20 people in the team, right? Every person will have each designated task. Isn't it so? So will you accept with me on this, right? So I think many of you accept with me, right? So those who didn't have the corporate exposure might not, or at least you would have heard, you would have talked to people. You would have talked to people, at least you would have actually, at least you would have known. So now each person will have their own designated task, right? That is how together, right, all the 20 members are going to finish a project, right? So they are going to distribute the work. They are going to distribute each and every aspect, right? And together they are going to take feedbacks from each other, right? So how this particular thing, how we are actually doing it, how we are how you are feeling about it. Can you do this? Will you distribute among yourselves or not? Right? You will be distributing among yourselves, absolutely, right? The same thing an AI agent does. The same thing only the AI agent does. So AI agents distribute work among themselves. Okay, so that they do it separately. So why they distribute? Same like human beings. Why they distribute? Because to share the work. If the work is shared, it is going to perform much faster. That is only we are calling it as parallel processing, or you can say in big data terminology, faster computation, right? Or we can say faster what we can tell parallel processing, right? So simultaneously processing the project, or we can say fasterly we are processing because multiple people are working on multiple things, right? This is the same exactly happens in the AI agent also. AI agents also, they distribute the work among themselves. They talk to each other. They take the feedbacks from each other. They will understand each other's strength and weaknesses, what they are capable of doing. So how they will do. That is why only we are calling it as AI agents. I think you understood now. That is why people are behind building AI agents. Okay, because what a human being is supposed to do, that will be done by them. Okay, much faster, much efficiently, right? That is why we are trying to build an AI agents in every sector where it is useful, especially it is useful especially when we want to process things. Okay. Now, I think now many of you would have understood very clearly that what is this agentic AI and AI agents, all these all these things very clearly now. Correct. Now, I think almost everything I've covered in whatever these 5 points are only I've discussed. Okay, but let's just go. So the third point is basically the model application, where the it tries to build the models, analyze the model. It the AI agent only decides what to do. That is what, as a part of that only I told. Even selecting the right algorithm is also a decision making. So then inference is made. Decision making, predicting the output, suggesting the actions, right? So each agent will actually suggest, it will suggest, different actions, different insights, okay, to each other, right? So this is how things actually are working kind of right now. So feedback and learning, basically I told that yeah, it gives feedback to each other. It knows each other's strengths, right? If something comes up, okay, this has come up, you do please, like that it will distribute. So that is how the AI agents actually function. So next thing, what are the challenges? So everything comes with its challenges. So I think everybody accepts that, right? Nothing comes just like that out of the blue, right? So everything has its own challenges. So to talk about the challenges part, the most important thing is to inheriting the bias from the training data, right? So people think that bias will be inherited into the training data because of the faulty data sets. Yes, it is true. Data sets are not good. The data is not quality. But think of biasness in a human life also. That's why I told, compare your AI agents to a human being. AI agents are nothing but the replica of what you are seeing as a human being. It is just the replica. Okay. So it is just the replica of human being. That is why I'm telling you. Don't you think the human beings has bias? For example, you have some information with you. Okay, you have to take a life decision, right? So you have to take a life decision on what information you have, right? So don't you think the decision making what you're doing is biased? So how is it biased? You have only limited information. No, how can you say that you have enough information to take a decision, right? That is exactly happens in AI agent also. It has the access, but not 100% of all the things, right? We are doing our best to build an AI agent with the best possible knowledge, but still it is not 100%, like how human being is not 100%. Exactly, right? So that is what is bias and fairness. Now, why I'm comparing is clearly you will understand that what are AI agents, what are its role, what are they doing. It's exactly the replica of you and me. Human beings replica is what only the AI agent. Now, uncertainty handling, right? So AI must navigate incomplete or contradictory information. So I just told you that only. That you are also taking a decision, correct? No. So you're taking a decision on some incomplete information, correct? No. You're taking on some incomplete information. So so you are saying, so in what way it is unbiased for a human being, but a bias for a machine? Tell me how how it will be. Okay. So since we are taking decision, we are just telling that yes, it is. I have taken it correctly only. So I am right. Okay. Uh, I am right. Correct. So but if you think correct perspective, we are all taking biased decisions only, right? The same thing is happening with the AI agents also. That only is that only is trying to be fixed by artificial intelligence. That is only trying to be fixed by the artificial intelligence. Okay, so you might ask, sir, how can it be fixed? That is by only without the involvement of human being, right? All these process will be done. So that you give a very good data, it will train well, it will do everything in a very good way. This is the main agenda of building an AI agents. Okay. Next is the computational constraints. Obviously, it takes a lot of computational power. That is always there. That is always there, right? So you want to process something huge, obviously you need bigger computational power. So that is always there. No, it's not a new thing which has come up overnight, right? So that is why day by day we were actually building that super duper computers, right? In order to actually process that I would say in order to process that huge amount of data, right? So it is part. They say that challenges, but I have to tell because people put in that. But frankly speaking, it's fine. Okay, so it comes at a cost, right? Not everything comes for free, right? So next is practical applications. A few areas we can just scroll through faster with the practical applications uh, because you might be knowing a few things that what are the what are the I can say the um, applications, particularly especially targeted with the AI reasoning part. Why I have targeted AI reasoning part is that I am focusing a lot because of the sole reason, right? Because of the sole reason that uh, these AI reasoning are focused, or this is actually directly focused or linked with the AI agents. That means I'm talking about the agents in the healthcare domain, right? So that is how these AI agents, sorry, that is how the AI agents, they analyze the medical data, right, and assist the doctors, right? So this is all done by an agent, right? So this is all done by an agent. So that is why when you say medical, especially, even I have put medical in the first place, right? I've put because AI agents in medical field have contributed a lot. So it basically predicts the health risks. So that is very important. Next is AI detects anomalies in X-rays and MRI scans for early disease detection. All right. Next is the fraud detection in finance. Right. So this when I say AI evaluates, always remember AI is AI is not a single person. Okay, AI is not a single person or some super duper some Superman or Batman. Okay, AI in this scenario indicates an agent, AI agent. Okay, so just think that it's an AI agent from now onwards, right? Because now you have clear understanding, no, that what we are talking about is an agent, correct? So that is what part of agentic AI, right? Correct now? Yes. So here AI agent evaluates transactions for suspicious patterns, preventing the fraud. So I think you are pretty much aware of how an AI agent actually works when it is dealing with the transactions. So they are even building this AI agents, especially in the places of where the business transactions or credit card transactions or any transactions actually happens. So what this will do is it will this AI agent will enhance the security by detecting the irregularities in banking and credit card activities. So all the fraudulent transactions, everything is actually detected, especially this all the unusual activity is actually detected by this AI agent. So the next thing is the autonomous vehicles. Not much about to talk about autonomous vehicles, especially in India, because we don't have much of Huh. So we don't have much of access to the autonomous vehicles, particularly in our country. So we are not using that Tesla cars. Okay, so yeah. So Elon Musk wants to manufacture in India. He wants to use people want to use, but we are not using kind of right now. Yeah, it may be different political that reasons and all those things. So let it be that way. But when we talk about autonomous vehicles, currently we don't have in India. Okay, what these agents do is, especially they don't do anything out of the box that what we have talked about. They try to focus on things where it will check the surroundings. It will try to follow the traffic rules, the signals, and it will keep a distance between car to car, right? A car to car or a bike to bike. So it is going to keep the distance between them, right? And it is going to detect any object is moving, right? So that it will stop the car. And the focus will be on each and every aspect, so that because it's a self-driven car, right? So the autopilot itself, how we have autopilot in the plane, in the aeroplane, the same way you have the autopilot which is happening inside the autonomous cars also. Next is the smart assistants, which is the Copilot, Alexa, Siri. So you have a lot of AI powered assistants. All are basically the AI agents, right? So you are actually you have come across the AI agents, especially, right? Because we were talking about the AI agents. So even this, all these smart assistants, for example, which we have seen, all are basically the all these smart assistants. What we have are basically the in a single in a single way to understand that all are basically an AI agents. Okay, so this is what this is what in a in a very broader and a bigger picture you can understand. So next is the supply chain, right? So this is one area I was very much fascinated, because this is one area where people started reinventing so many things, because because to maintain the inventory, right? It is sometimes it is really difficult to 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 maintain the inventory part, especially the demand supply management, to adjust the strategies to to I can say, wait, how to say, to strategize, especially or balance that demand and supply. That to trigger, because do you now what is happening is, like, especially in supply chain, as I told you, in supply chain, especially when I told you, what happened is, these AI agents, right? How they are actually, are actually built is, they're going to push triggers. Okay, so whenever something goes below stock, right? It is going to push a trigger. We used to have these kinds of triggers, especially something like I think many of you might be knowing SQL. So at that place also, I used to have triggers, old school methods. But these AI agents are bit advanced. They push out in a different way, and that is how we are actually also using these agents. So these trigger movements, these triggers, what they are creating, it's kind of fun. It's kind of in a unique way they're doing it. And one more thing is also managing the stock, or placing the stocks. I think many of you would have come across, maybe at least would have seen in manufacturing industry, right? Especially where robots are used to manage the resources. So that is one more area also. That is one more area also where robots, especially these AI agents, are actually playing a very important role. So keeping this all in mind, right? These things are, these AI agents, on every aspect, they're playing a very, very important role, right? So the next thing is the AI in education, right? And this is not this is a very important field, not to leave out, right? So these agents also, many of these agents actually work as a a personalized assistant, right? They work as a personalized assistant, and these actually try to adapt to certain scenarios, situations, and these are basically tailor-made, especially for automated tasks, like tutoring, automated grading, evaluating things, giving assignments, right? So it is very much in this particular in this particular industry, especially the AI agents, they are planning to work well, especially for students who have lesser access, or they need more support, especially. See, because we already know, right? In reality, right? That in reality, that the trainers or teachers, right, are very less, right? So there's no that equal proportion where what it is supposed to be there. So it is very important also. I would actually, as a trainer as well, I'll be actually supporting this also, because it is very important to handle or balance certain things as well, right? So it is very important in that perspective also. Next thing is a cyber security. This is a very, very, very important thing, right? More the usage of the technology, right? We need technology only to protect technology. This line may seem a bit absurd for many people, right? So we need technology to protect technology, because these AI agents are something where are which are used to protect, right? From threats. Basically, these are also technology, and what we are sorry. And what we are using to build these, that is also technology, right? And because now if you see throughout the world, okay, if you see carefully that wherever wherever if you come across, right, wherever you come across, especially, it is very important, that in the entire world, if you look upon correctly, correct, sorry, wherever you look upon, the usage of computers, maybe whether it may be desktops or whether it may be laptops, right? You can see a lot of usage become high, right? So compared to probably some 15-20 years, right? A lot of people into technology, right? Whether it might be data science, analytics, artificial intelligence, it might be anything, right? They are into technology. Everybody is into technology, whether they are at a higher level, or they are at a, at a very, at a very simpler level. Okay, so they're at a higher level, or whether it is at a very simpler level. Okay, the most important thing is they everyone is using technology, correct? So keeping that in mind, right? So this security, through the internet, right? So cyberspace as well as the threat detections uh, are also becoming high, right? All the all the scam parts, what are happening, cyber threats, they are, lot of things actually happening in this area. If I'm not, if I'm not wrong, right? So, a lot of things are happening in this area, especially. So, keeping this in mind, it is very very important, right? So it is very important for it is very important, especially for companies, right, to build agents, especially to protect all these things, right? If you see, either from your laptop vendor, or it may be from a particular person, right? So you will get that AI powered assistance. That assistance, what you are getting through AI powered, is nothing but an AI agent. Okay, so this is how things are evolving kind of right now, because technology is growing. Say in a in a very simple sense, if you have to say, since technology is growing, you need technology only to protect the technology, right? To protect the technology from not collapsing, or you can say, to move things in a smoother way. So this is a bit complicated. Some may think, oh, what is this? Yeah. But it's fine. Okay, to understand, it's good. You need that protection through an AI agent. So even through a minute thing like protection, okay, even through a minute thing like protection, you uh, you actually need an AI agent. So the need for AI agents have increased a lot because of this. Next is the legal document analysis. So to prepare these legal documents, like the contracts, right? Like the contracts, from you know um, preparing the agreements. So all these things, on a bigger picture, right? Many of those things currently are being done by the AI agent. So the things have moved on, right? So next, I think these are the, yeah, last ones. The AI in retail and marketing, right? So especially in the marketing field, right? How AI is actually functioning, and how AI is basically contributing, especially in the retail industry, or especially in marketing, because the experience on how the customers actually behave, because behavioral analysis is what each company is actually doing through their AI agents, right? So your personalized shopping, the way you actually use the e-commerce platforms, right? So right from each and everything, how human beings actually contribute to their how they actually contribute to the how people are behaving in their buying pattern. All these things are actually analyzed. That is what basically is called as a behavioral analysis as well. So that is being done especially to suggest you a lot of products, right? In order to reach out to the customers as well. So next in the scientific research, the implementation of in the research area is also actually increasing a lot, especially discovering a lot of areas, particularly like the drug discoveries, understanding the in the medical field as well. So I told you also many times, like the AI agents, especially not just the AI, especially in the field of medical, has gone to a next level. Actually, it has actually gone through a very a very actually a bigger level. Okay, it has gone through a very big level, and especially in that particular field the contributions are very high, so keeping that in mind, especially keeping that in mind, we you know it's like so much, it's like skyrocket. All right. Yeah, so limitations also we will talk, but let me just take questions because we had a lot of discussion. Okay, I have a lot of questions also. Just let me see. So many interesting questions I have. Uh, just let me answer. Where am I? Okay, this chat GPT I have taken. Yeah. So, sir, if modern computers rely on NPU rely on NPU for AI tasks, then how do old laptop like mine handle basic AI tasks without an NPU? There are two ways to answer your question, Siddesh. Yeah. Siddesh, I'll tell you, not everyone requires heavy competition, first of all. Okay. So, you have to understand one thing, that how much of AI you want to use. Okay. So I know NPU is very important kind of right now. NPU is neural processing unit. Okay. And this NPUs are extremely important for all the AI and ML tasks. So I know this is very important, but especially AI related tasks, at least completely applications of generative AI and all. At least you need a processor which can handle AI, or you need a graphic card which can handle AI. So either way, just get a new one with the NPU if you want to implement an AI task, or if you are going with a regular usage. I don't think you need an NPU for processing the regular tasks and all. So that is I cannot force you to do something or to buy something. Okay, so that is based upon your your usage. Yeah. So how about AI decodes estimating around 50 nodes? Especially for cybersecurity, I may not say it completely takes over, but it will do most of the tasks. What is database? Okay, database is nothing but something which can be stored. Where the information can be stored is what a database is. Okay, something which can be stored is basically a database. Okay, something which can be stored is basically a database. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So newbie, it is showing newbie. It's okay. To answer your question in a in a much more easier way, I can say that see, none of them will completely take over. That is wrong. First of all, I'll tell you, a human being will not that happen. Okay. So talking like a I'm talking like a actual human being. Okay. Not as an AI person. Chhod de, yeah, right? I'll leave that. So keeping that apart, right? As a human being, I'm talking, right? Human being will not never make that happen. But I'll tell you, especially in cybersecurity, what is happening is with the increased traffic, right? It is becoming very tough to catch hold of certain things. Okay, so that is in where I would say that AI agent will actually help us. See, you can see that fraudulent transactions have also increased. Financial frauds have increased because people have access to the internet. They have the resources available, right? So just think that people are capable of anything, right? So yeah, this is going somewhere else because usually people will not make allow it to happen, but the technology, it will not be taken over. Don't worry, that aspect. Don't worry. Okay, so I cannot bluntly tell that this only will happen. No, that will not, definitely it will not happen. So what are the jobs that AI cannot take over? Every job, AI will not take over. First of all, the jobs will be transformed. I told this also many times. I think even in the first session or second session, I remember saying that the transformation happens. That means the way you do things will actually change. Okay, so transformation of things will definitely happen in the in the fields of AI. Definitely that will happen. So we will share the take it. At the end of the session, I'll share. Okay, please wait. Okay. So yeah, any questions? If you have anything else, quickly we'll go for a break and come. Okay. I also need just a small break. Okay. So yep. So I just put it in the chat also. Yeah, it's better. Hmm. Fine. All right, guys, I'm back. So let us continue. All right. Um, right. So let us see the limitations part. Okay. So what are the limitations of AI reasoning? Now we have understood a few things, right? Now to truly let us, also see a few limitations because we have seen lot what an AI agent is actually capable of. Correct. So we have seen that what it is capable of, what it is able to do, right? And now let us see in a simple way that what are the issues also, correct? So lack of true understanding. This is one problem which I will definitely accept. How well, one person was asking that it will take over. Okay, for them this is the correct answer. See, even though the machines have a lot of accessibility to data, all right, and they can actually have a huge amount of access to data. They can build models, right? So the context, even still, we have built a transformer. We have built a contextual self-attention mechanism. uh, so we have built so many things, for a proper understanding of the context. Okay, this is all good, fine. But still, a human being is always a human being, right? He has common sense. Yes, that particular point I actually have mentioned. It is a very important. It's a very important thing. I felt like definitely discussing that as well because a human being is a person where he can actually, in a simple way, I would say that he can really understand the scenario. Okay, because sometimes what happens is you know that you have to take a certain decision, but you will not be in a position to take that particular decision because of some problems. But a machine doesn't know this. That is why in limitations I have put this as my first point. Okay. Because till now we have talked about all the positive sides of a coin, but the reality that there's not always positive side of a coin, always, right? So there are always two sides. So that lack of common sense, that lack of true understanding the scenarios, right? A machine cannot do this. So obviously a human being is always stronger and superior in this particular aspect, right? Now, the next thing is bias in decision making. Now that you know this is like somewhat neutral. I will not say AI agents are AI agents are good, AI agents are bad. I'll not judge. Okay, I'll not judge on this particular aspect. Why? Because biasness can come into uh, human beings decisions also. Not every time you can take an unbiased decision, but the machine will take unbiased decisions without knowing the scenarios and situations. This is the big problem actually. Those who truly understand what I'm talking about will definitely you'll be able to understand exactly that what I'm speaking about. Okay, so not every time, because machine will only focus on unbiased decisions because it is supposed to be doing that, but that is not always in reality. Can only an unbiased decision cannot be taken. That you guys know, and that I also know, right? So you would have definitely uh, encountered this kind of situation in your real life. Okay, so you would have definitely encountered this situation in your real life. So that you had to take a biased decision based on circumstances. So this is where AI systems or the I will not say failure again, because I told that even human beings also had to take biased decisions. So here, that is why I'm the neutral part in this circumstance. Whether it's a human being or it's a AI agent, I will stand in the middle, because circumstances, situations, context will decide the fate, not the data or the models. Not these, right? Not because we have to talk to reality also, no? So I can say good models will good, fine, that is all fine, part of AI, absolutely fine. But this is what also will play a very important role, especially when we are talking about AI agents and human beings. So next is difficult in handling uncertainty. So even this aspect also, you have an understanding that what exactly I'm speaking about. So handling uncertainty, there will be a lot of situations and there will be a lot of scenarios, especially that you have to or you have to focus, and you have to uh, focus on, especially because AI see in a simple way to understand this, what AI agent does, it relies on some mathematical or a statistical model, right? So it tries to predict something, right? So based on a few aspects, or based on a few aspects, I will not say only the data is correct, or incorrect. I will not limit my explanation, because if I say that, I'm limiting my explanation. So I will not limit my explanation. So instead, what I will tell you is, instead of limiting my explanation, what I will tell you is, based on, right, a few circumstances, I will tell in that way. Okay, so that should be better way. So based on a few circumstances, correct, based on a few circumstances, you can think of that it might. Okay, so I'm just I'm using all question mark statements. Why? Because it can or can may not, right? So based on a few circumstances or situations, it might take an incorrect decision, or it might do an incorrect prediction, right? So this can happen. So please understand that. Next is limited explainability and transparency, and especially this happens with the this actually happens more with the deep learning models. So deep learning models are very complex. Okay. Deep learning models basics basically are very complex. So if you if you talk about a deep learning model, okay. So if you talk about a deep learning model, all right, it is very important. If you're talking about a deep learning model, it is very important that those who have a bit of experience of with the deep learning, you might understand what I'm exactly telling. So the deep learning models are a bit of complex. Okay, they are on the complex side. Okay, they are on the higher uh, because sometimes what happens is, these deep learning have more layers to focus on. So more the layers, it is more complex. So since it has since it has more complexity, sometimes even this understanding the model, understanding the model, because even I have experienced this many times, understanding the model and interpreting the result, uh, understanding or making interpretations, discussions on a certain things, it is bit on the difficult side. It will be bit on the difficult side, especially in this particular in this particular area. So on the on the brighter side to understand, especially for this perspective, on the brighter side to understand this transparency. It's difficult sometimes. Okay, so it is very complex. It is difficult. It is difficult to interpret. So it will not have much of transparency, especially when you are dealing with a critical, critical models, and especially in the field of finance and healthcare, people have seen a lot of. That's why, especially, even I have mentioned finance and healthcare even in my slide as well, because I feel, especially in healthcare industry, the models become too complex. Okay, sometimes they become too complex as well. So next thing is the competition and resource. It is we have already discussed that this about. You need and to rightly take this example. Also, one person was also asking me, sir, for heavy AI related tasks, right? So now the processors are using the NPU, right, or they are using the NPU, even graphic cards. So, sir, what should I do? A person was asking. So this is one of the issues as well, because AI systems, rely on heavy computational requirements, and sometimes it is also not that easy. Just a minute. Yeah, sometimes it is also not that easy that always to buy that amount of high priced products, right? Because in country like India, right, so where people are mostly a lower and most of them are lower and middle class. So this is one of the criteria also, because all the AI laptops, right, which are heavily powered, right, are costing around around 1.5 lakh, or above 1 lakh. So these things cost, right? So these things cost. So based on that particular, based on that particular, contrary, right? This becomes a bit of expensive, especially for people who cannot afford. So that isn't where AI has become a bit of expensive, especially for people who cannot afford. Next is the ethical concerns and decision accountability. So decision make. I told you yes, for this only. This only I was linking this lack of true understanding. Why I told you, all that particular aspect is because of this. Sometimes, even though it is a biased decision, right, to limit a few things, you have to take, right, some biased decisions as a human being. But this is not the case, or this will not happen with a machine. So who is accountable for that, right? Any unethical things happen, right? Any legal challenges happen, who will take responsibility? A machine will say that an AI agent will come up and say that that I am responsible. So please take me accountable and put me in jail, right? Will the AI agent tell this? No, right? It will not tell. Correct. So so it's just a thought for you guys. You can think like that. Okay. So who is accountable? That is why human being thinks twice, even though it's a biased decision. A human being will think twice in order to make that decision. In order to make that decision, he will think twice in order to do that. So this is the main outline of how these these limitations actually creep in. So they come just like that, right? So it happens. Next is dependence on data quality. So this was always the problem when we started doing these AI systems. Okay, not just the AI systems, even before AI, right? Even with this, before this agentic AI, AI agents, this generative AI. Even before this, Even before this, so these always had the risk, even with machine learning, deep learning, right? So a lot of things. So a lot of issues were there, especially especially in this particular aspect. Okay, especially in this particular aspect, there were a lot of issues, right? Next is creativity with difficulty with creativity and adaptability. So this is again one more which is relating to what I have discussed again. So this is that lack of human intuition. This is very, very important, especially when things are much critical. So let us now talk about a multi-agent system. So this is about how agents actually function, and what are the advantages of it, what are the disadvantages of it, in what areas agents might fail, in what areas agents are actually good, right? So there is a lot of outer picture for this, correct? So let me take some questions. So there are a lot of questions. Okay, sir, what are the layers of deep learning? Yeah, somebody has answered your question, Amara. Yeah, input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. Yes. So hidden, all the hidden layers have all the layers. So for example, hidden layers might be 10, it might be 5, it might be 100, it might be 1,000. So you can, yeah, share that. Okay, then so for the futures, if in future all jobs, what can I do? What not will be how they can survive? I think this fellow Durga Prasad, you have asked it very long back. Oh, sorry, I didn't because I was in discussion. I think you have after you asked the question, I have told many aspects. It is this. This was around in the break, I guess, 8, 9. Yeah. Just at that time I gave break. So I think last 25 minutes it's been. Sorry, I didn't see your question. For the last 25 minutes, I was in serious discussion. So I think I have answered the question also without actually seeing your question, because I have I have actually gone through many things, especially focusing on this especially focusing on this particular without focusing on this particular concept, I have actually answered your question. Okay. I think. Okay. So just if you have anything, you can just let me know. Anything else, if you because you would have come across, because you would have been listening to me, so definitely you may get a a question more maybe. So how does AI differentiate between biased and unbiased, that it can give unbiased outcome results? It cannot differentiate, Prem Kumar. That is what the difference between a AI and a machine, sorry, AI and a human being. Okay, so it will always do the unbiased things. It doesn't have brain, no man. We are building neurons. That doesn't mean it is not built of flesh and blood with emotions, correct? So it is not capable of doing that. So it will always build an unbiased outcomes only. The focus will be only on the unbiased outcomes. Okay, it will not have any bias. Okay, if the data is giving you any biased results, that is because of the data. The data is having biased inputs. That is why. It is not because of the AI agent. It's a machine, man. It doesn't know anything. It only knows how to process, how to, give you a goal. Sorry, whatever goal you have achieve that particular outcome and give it to you. And the best possible decision, make the best possible decision, and give it to you. That is the only thing it knows. That is the only thing it knows. It is not a. It's not a. It is not a. It is not a. I would say what to tell. It is not like a human being. No, it doesn't. Cannot differentiate between biased and unbiased. If the processing, if the result, if you see, if a AI agent, Okay, I'll tell you in a very simple way. Okay, a lot of people might have this doubt also. See, if an AI agent, okay, is giving you, if an AI agent is giving you and biased, if it is giving you and biased output, okay, if it is giving you a biased output, okay, that is because, that is because, right, that is because of the input you have given, which is more towards biased. Simple answer. Okay, that is not because of the machine is capable of differentiating. Okay, it is not capable of differentiating. It only goes for the unbiased. So what is the difference? Oh, uh, machine learning is focused on algorithms. Even deep learning is also focused on algorithms. But the approach of deep learning is more focused towards neural networks. Okay, so that means neurons, right? So the how to say, all the algorithms will be actually focused on neural networks. That means on the entire neurons. Okay, so this RNN, LSTM we have discussed. We have seen transformer. Everything depends upon neurons. They depend upon neurons. Okay, or it only depends on neural networks. So something which depends on only on neural networks is a deep learning. Okay, so I cannot go that much deep into what is deep learning because I'm discussing here about the AI agents and agentic AI. So I cannot go that far. Okay, so probably you can do your own research on that. Okay, only just yeah, because we are the paper the session is not completely on deep learning. So if it's that is the case, so I would have discussed. Attendance link ma'am has shared, I think you can check. It is shared, guys, please you can make it. Okay, so just keep your I think one person is so yeah, I think Hema Kumar. You can just put it in the chat, man. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat. Don't just raise your hands. Uh, because you're not communicating, you're not going to mute and ask me here. You can just put it in the chat. You can just put it in the chat. Uh, this is bit of out of the thing. Uh, so on cybersecurity, you can just this is not exactly part of AI agent. Just because agents are used in cybersecurity also. That is the reason I had to talk about cybersecurity. But especially, I'm not going to talk detailedly about cybersecurity. So that I cannot do. Okay. So please explain about cybersecurity is I cannot answer in a in a detailed way. I cannot do it. Okay. So please don't mind on that. Okay. So let us go to the multi-agent system. Okay. So let us see what are the key concepts, especially when we talk about agents, right? So most of the things already we have, especially we have not talked separately on multi-agent system, but we have already understood that what is a multi-agent, what are the things inside a multi-agent and all, we have already discussed it. Okay. So because I told that agents communicate with each other, they interact. Yes. So that is only the multi-agent system. That means agents interacting with interacting with each other to get the job done. So that is basically a multi-agent system. Okay. So that is basically a multi-agent system. So here, what is actually going to happen is, okay, just give me a minute. Yeah. So what is exactly going to happen is like I've given you examples also because this concept I have to move forward because we have already discussed it. So again, I cannot spend much time on this because I've given you when I'm discussing about each example, each application. Sorry. When I was discussing about each application individually itself, I have actually spoken about the multi-agent scenario. That is where about each agent, how they are going to communicate and all those things. This is where I've given you an example also that how human beings collaborate, how they share the goal, share the tasks and how they do. It's exactly the same thing only. That only actually I've already explained because I was telling in the point of view of the AI agents. Okay, so you will be linking. You'll be able to link that what I have actually told there and what exactly I'm showing it here as a PPT. So they have a language which is used for communication, which is the agent communication language, which is ACL. Okay, so they collaborate with each other, they coordinate with each other, right? So this is what the entire structure of what happens in a multi-agent. So this is one image you can actually see. So how the single agent versus the multi-agent works. Okay, so I have a lot of questions in that. Uh, guys, guys. Attendance is shared. You have to be alert. Probably, you're logging only for attendance, I guess. So if you're logging in like that, it is difficult for, don't ask me for attendance, please. Uh, please don't do that. Yeah. So I thought, you're having questions. I had got some 7, 8 questions. You know, all of them are, sir, please send attendance link. Okay. So please don't do that. Okay. All right. Okay. So leaving that apart, so let us continue. All right. So fine. So let us continue. Yeah. So this image, actually tells you the, identification of what a single agent versus the multi-agent actually looks like. Right? So one decision maker, isolated problem solving, then you have the linear execution and the fixed environment. But that is not the case with the multi-agent systems. So multi-agent systems have multiple interactions, multiple decision making, which is also called as a distributed decision making. Then we have dynamic collaboration. Then we also have the parallel execution as well. So next is the multi-agent system architecture. And this is where the you can see some 3 agents here. Okay, so 3 agents, agent 1 is doing one task. None of each agent, you cannot see 2 agents doing the same thing. You will not be able to see like that. So each agent will have their own task, correct? So agent 1 will have the connection with the task assessment. so physical environment, then agent 2 will have the knowledge base, and it will allocate the task allocation it will do, right? And knowledge sharing and information sharing it will do. So agent 3 is also with the knowledge sharing, but in a different way it will do. It will update. Okay. So it is sharing this knowledge, but it is updating, right? So agent 2 is basically querying, but agent 3 is on the updation, updation area. So agent 1 is again perception as well as the feedback. So like this, each and every agent will have a different way of approach, or a different way of understanding the certain situations, and understanding is what you can actually think of like that. All right. Next thing is, what is an agent? I think we can quickly go through this, because agent you are already aware of. As a part of multi-agent, I've again mentioned what is an agent, because it's a physical entity. It's a software entity which actually is made up of sensors. It has an environment, it has some actions, it has some goal, it has some decision making ability, right? So yeah, it's a small example is like a small smart thermostat, right? So the thermostat can adjust temperatures according to the room temperature, right? So your preference. Okay. Next is the multi-agent system. Also, we have discussed that agents interacting with each other. It has a centralized repository, right? That is what the agentic AI is. The centralized repository, and individual functionalities is basically called as an agents. So you can see that autonomous drone. One drone will monitor the crop health. One drone will spray the pesticides. One drone will map the terrain. So these are three agents functioning together to make the job done. For agriculture, if you apply the drone technology. Next thing is coordination. So they coordinate with each other, because it is very important that they understand each other and how they are depending upon each other, and the action should not conflict on each other, right? And if one agent is down, also the other agents take the they take the job, right? They take the job, from the they take the job from the other agents, from the agent who is down, and they will distribute among themselves, so that the work will not stop, right? So the flow will actually happen, right? So the next thing is traffic lights agents in smart cities. So I think you can see those who are living in big cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, right, Mumbai, Pune, Delhi. You can see the smart, you can see the smart traffic lights which actually work on this AI agent. Those traffic lights which are working, you're saying a smart traffic lights, no? They are nothing but the AI agents which are controlling the traffic by interacting with each other. Next is collaboration. So it is very important that they collaborate each other, they work together. This also we have, yeah, with an example of human beings I have taken, and I have explained to you that also. So a robotic warehouse you can think of, and an Amazon robotics, where it is going to robots are going to collaboratively retrieve and transport the items. One robot allocates the item, another fits in, sorry, lifts it, and third delivers it, right? So if one robot fails, another steps into the complex task, ensuring the fulfillment efficiency. Next thing is communication. So they use the ACL, which is agent communication language. So this communication language will help to interact with each other. Okay. And this has this foundation for intelligent physical agents. There is a standardization which is set, which has these protocols, which has these, what to tell, that limit how these agents should communicate. It is like some guidelines you can think of. So this is how an AI agent actually happens. So this is how different things an AI agent actually can detect. So right, any seismic activities, cloud bursts, right, volcanoes, so you can see many things. Next is, first is the disaster. I felt like we have to discuss this disaster response system. So this is where the AI agents, companies are thinking to bring in, because this disaster, these disaster response, for sorry, especially for detecting the disasters, these AI agents will actually help you in a very, very very high bit, because you need not send human beings. They can, they can be in the form of a rescue bots, or they can actually, be in the form of a drones, right? So and these bots, these bots, or these drones, from distant places, they can communicate with each other, and they can pass the information also. So in this way, you can say that, for many things, using this AI agents will actually help human beings a lot. So this is, AI in disaster response. So people where they are affected, we can pass on food to the people using the drones, right? So yeah, so like this you can actually do multiple things, especially in the field, So that is what I'm telling, that you can use AI to a certain extent where it is useful for us. Okay, so there is always a limit for that. So when you say that, people, things will take over, that will not happen. Don't worry worry on that aspect. So only thing is, you have to be aware of what is happening, and how you will transform your job, how you are going to transform the way you actually, I can say, look at things. Sorry, the way you look at things, right? Right from, how you are, uh, how you are, or how you want to implement this AI into your real life. So that always remains, it's up to you. Okay, so how much is you want to implement, how much you want to, implement, which is on the safer level, which is on the safer zone, and which is optimally good for, both of you, the company, the human beings, for the environment, everything. So that is up to the companies how they want to implement it, because in reality they cannot replace the human beings. So that area, human beings are covered. That will never happen until the earth is existing. All right. Next is, let us see what is perception. Okay, but before what is going into perception, probably if you have any questions, we can discuss that. Even maybe we can discuss perception, because it's actually a bigger concept. So probably better not to start. So if you have any questions, you can just answer. Sorry, you can mention that. I will answer. I'm all talking about the real world examples only, man. I don't know why you are specifically asking like that, but what do you mean by single system? I didn't get your single agent. So any AI assistant you are using is a single agent. Any single assistant you are using is a single agent. Multi-agent is, for example, if you take any, voice assistant, so that is basically a single agent, because it is going to interact with us, and it is not going to share, or it is not. See, for example, let us say your neighbor is using an, assistant, okay, a voice assistant who is an AI agent, and even I'm using an AI assistant. So these two will not communicate, because it is not part of multi system agents. It is only a single agent. So there are a lot of areas which we are going to use the single agents. So chatbots, right? Advanced AI chatbots, you can see it is basically an AI agent. So all those are single agents, and you can think of in most of them you'll see multi-agents only, but you can also see many applications in single also. Okay, so yeah, I'll just check on a few. I'll just put it as one, where we will use single agents. I'll just mention I'll just mention it. Okay, I'm able to remember a few agents which I'm using single, not exactly remembering the bigger picture. So yeah, I'll just do some research and I'll let you know. Okay, but most of them you can see as multi-system agents only, because a lot of areas, they have to communicate. Self-driven cars, a smart home, disaster management, traffic signals. All these are basically multi-agent systems only. Yeah. So, so very few will have single. So some other question, attendance link. So Canva AI, I have to check. Sorry, I think I told you I'll tell you. So tomorrow probably I'll tell you. Sorry for that. Yes, definitely I will remember that you have asked. Okay. So Canva AI, even this different examples of where single agent and multi-agent systems are used also. I have to separately I'll mention it. Okay, I'll add one slide. Okay, we will discuss that also. Before going into perceptron, we'll do that. So after that, we'll go to, sorry, not perceptron, sorry, perception. So yeah, we'll discuss that Canva AI also. You were asking if it is a very important thing, because I have not used it much. So if it is a really huge thing, I'm going to I'm going to explain it on a bigger picture. Or if it is a very small thing, I will just based on how it is. Okay, I'll check that. Okay, I just texted it. I'll remember. Okay. So Canva AI, one thing, yeah. And one more thing is this use of single systems. All right, this I'll keep in memory. So anything else? Thank you, Anusha. Okay. Yeah, fine, Anusha. Yes. So even if you ask new things only, I will also do my research also, no? So I will learn and I can also teach you because there are hundreds of AI, AI agents and hundreds of applications being developed. So it is very, very difficult actually to keep a track. So basically, single agent systems have the capability of working in all. Uh, I didn't get your question, Kenisha. Basically, single systems have the capability of working in all sectors as whole areas. See, everything. See, if you see multi-agents also, they are basically single agents only, but together they are working. Yeah, correct. Only what you told. But uh, see, Kenisha, see, usually it is all single systems. Okay, but sometimes what happens is single is not sufficient, so we are going to go with the multi-part. That together all the agents together they are contributing. Okay, like we were discussing about the traffic signals now. So it is like that. So so it is based on situations and scenarios which can be used. So we'll actually just talk about this also because one person was also asking this. So what are which separate applications where single systems are used? Multi-agent systems we can think of multiple examples, but single agent I'll just cover and that Canva AI also. So these two things we will talk first, then we'll go to the perception AI tomorrow. Yeah. All right then. It's 9. We'll wind it up. Okay. So good night, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow. All right.